Bring your axes and tools, craft and courage. It is time. We dwarves return to Moria.
I don't understand how this game gets compared to Gollum and lumped in with it, and I feel like that IGN review that gave this game a 4 out of 10 is kind of ridiculous. Now, I don't like to put stock in what IGN says all the time. I mean, they were the guys that gave The Last Jedi a 9.7. So the opinion of that outlet doesn't matter much to me and is kind of a joke. But when it comes to Return to Moria, it bothers me because it's the top result when you search this game on YouTube, and most of the comments are just negative and very dismissive of this game, and I think it's honestly a really wonderful little game. Now, I've played the game about 20 hours or so, with a vast majority of all of that being on the Steam Deck, and I don't know if it's because of just the weird way that I had to fiddle with the Steam Deck and everything to get the game to run on the Steam Deck, from the Epic Game Store to like the Heroic Games launcher. But my save on the Steam Deck does not upload to the cloud to continue on my actual PC. So the footage that you are going to see from most of this is from a relatively new playthrough on my PC, but I promise I am much further in the game than the video shows. But Return to Moria is the latest Lord of the Rings game at the moment, and I really enjoy this game, and I want to share what I like about it, what I think, and just have a positive YouTube video about it out there. This game is actually pretty unique for being set in the 4th age of Middle-earth, and for context, the books and films are set in the 3rd age. And in the opening cutscene, we actually see Gimli, and the actor from the films, John Rhys Davies, actually reprises the role and voices Gimli here, which is really cool. So that's just epic, but the setup for the game is that you are at the Mines of Moria, trying to get in there, take it back from the creatures within, and there's a collapse, and you're all alone, and it's up to you to find a way out and mine your way through Moria. Now, from what I've seen, people are pretty harsh about the mining and crafting systems for this game, and it's maybe just that I do not normally play survival crafting games very much, actually not really at all. I've tried stuff like Minecraft and I could never get into it, but this game I got really into it, and I found all the controls very intuitive. I never felt overwhelmed with what to do, and the mining was actually fun, and I love, when the dwarves start singing as you're mining. I found all of the systems very easy to understand, and yeah, this is kinda my first survival crafting game that I've ever really gotten into and put any real time in. So it could be that I'm just very new to this type of game, but I really don't understand all of the negative things people say about this game. I know it's not, I think the popular thing for games nowadays are to be almost never-ending, but one thing I appreciate that this game does is it is somewhat linear in the sense that you do have a goal that you're constantly aiming for, striving towards as you are exploring the mines and unlocking new areas. You always have a goal that you're aiming for. It's not just mine until your heart's content, which I guess you could do, but I love exploring new sections of this game, finding new areas, finding secret paths, finding just, secrets in general, or remnants of Gandalf's travel through Moria at the time. And he's not the only member of the Fellowship that you'll find evidence of, but I really like stuff like that, and I just think it's so neat when you come across it. I will say that the combat, while not being awful, like a lot of people claim, isn't exactly amazing. It can be a little frustrating. As a solo player, sometimes, especially in some of the boss fights, when you not only have a boss to fight, but over a dozen or more goblins and orcs attacking you at the same time, it can be a little difficult. But I always got a really good sense of satisfaction when I would finally complete it. Like, one boss kept killing me over and over, so I kind of had to sit there and really rethink my strategy. First, I finally got the materials together and built an oven so I could bring food with me, which is something I definitely should have done. I put runes on my weapons to make them more powerful, and when I went back to the boss, I tried to funnel all the orcs and goblins into this one area so I could easily dispatch them and make it way more manageable. And I kind of loved that I kind of did that, because I've never put that kind of effort into a game like this, so I just thought that was really neat. I mean, normally when I've played games with mechanics like this in there, I would kind of just ignore them if I could, but this game made me just really kind of love that kind of stuff, and I can see why survival crafting is such a popular genre. Feeling your character get stronger from everything that you do and feeling like you are actually the main reason you've actually improved is really great. And I haven't beat the game yet. I've really been taking my time to explore, enjoy the game, and I've been loving every second of it. It's really even just got me back into reading the Lord of the Rings books, and I finally finished the Amazon show, which was, that was something. But Return to Moria has really become my sit back and relax, after work game where I can just kind of get lost in a game and not be overwhelmed or stressed out about anything. I really love that. To be honest, the fact that this is a Lord of the Rings game does probably boost my opinion of it. But if you are on the fence about it, in my opinion, it's definitely worth playing. I really have a wonderful time playing this game and playing it alone. Some reviews claim this is only fun with friends. I would disagree. I've played it a majority of it solo, and I've enjoyed every moment. And one thing I want to talk about is that these Lord of the Rings games aren't made by one company. They get the license from the Tolkien estate, and remember back in the 2000s we had that weird Fellowship of the Ring game? That was not related to the movies or the movie tie-ins, like that one Hobbit game from around the same time. Those were licensed from the Tolkien estate and were not movie tie-ins like the Two Towers and Return of the King games were. Not sure I explained that well, but these guys never set out to make a game that everyone's clamoring for, right? Everyone wants that large, open world, Middle-earth, Lord of the Rings game. And I don't think it's fair to criticize this game, and to be fair, Gollum either, for not being that when that's not what they ever set out to create. But what is your opinion on Return to Moria? What do you hope to see from the next Lord of the Rings game? I'm personally very, very, very excited for the new Tales of the Shire game. I hope we get to see some gameplay soon, because if that is just a Stardew Valley-esque, live in the Shire as a Hobbit kind of game, I think I'd love that so much. But yeah, can't wait to hear more about that. And in the meantime, I have Return to Moria to play, and I'm more than happy with that at the moment. Hope everyone has a great day, and let me know what your thoughts are down below.